Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Tommy, aka Knowledge, and welcome back to another video. Um, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but after the Beginner's Guide series, I really haven't know what to post, right? And yeah, there's maybe been an interesting game here or there, but nothing that I really thought was necessarily worth sharing or putting a video together for. But this, though, definitely has to take it because it's definitely a top five game for me in terms of the number of kills that I got. And not to mention, I did a lot of damage, and it was a very bizarre game that never should have taken place. So this is the post game screen, so that way you can see what's happening here, right? You can see the ridiculous number of kills, the ridiculous number of damage compared to everybody else, and some of the lackluster damage numbers by other people in this game. So, without further ado, let's head back to the beginning here. We'll move my camera out of the way so you can see. If the cable just moves at all, it disconnects, which is really annoying. Okay, well, we can skip through this. I was talking to somebody in a Discord call while this game was going on, so you might hear a little bit of that conversation, but we'll focus on the gameplay. So already I'm loading into this game, right? And it's pretty obvious that I have most experience playing this game just based off of all the god card icons that I have down here. But I mean, let's see. So this is my first time watching the game back since this game happened. So it's like our Neath is rank 9, our Agni's rank 9. What? Okay, now I'm even more confused about what took place during this game. But anyway, that's the beginning of the game screen. And so, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I've never. I've only bought one car in my life, and right. So we'll skip past this intro part where I'm talking about buying a car with one of my friends. Um, let's see. Okay, so I'm here, right? You know, I get to my camp, and this is where the interestingness starts. So right now, my Hecate and Agni are sitting in mid, right? So this is already kind of like, what's going on? Are they like queued together? Are they trying to make some sort of play? I really don't know. I really don't know. But now it's like the game is going to start, and Hecate is still sitting in mid. They are the solo lane. Let's keep this in mind. They are supposed to be playing in the solo lane. They're supposed to be at their blue camp right now. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I am super confused, and like their Hercules is in the solo lane. Yeah, I guess I don't know how much there's still left to do so the before we get to like actual day of stuff. So. So Raikkonen goes back to mid. Raikkonen, you're solo, you know that, right? Okay, so I finally like call this out. Like, what the hell are you doing? So now my Agni's not this camp, by the way. It's like so now the Herc shows up, and I'm like, you need to go to the solo lane, right? This is not how you play the game. The mid did not come to a camp, right? That's also quite bad. So he's also. My Hecate is playing mid with the Agni when they're supposed to be in solo. Yeah. So the Hecate dies. Right, and as you saw on the late game screen, they don't do anything during this game, so they were basically not a relevant factor for this entire match. Which, Akadi, if you watch this back, I'm assuming you were a new player in this game, but you gotta at least know what lane to go to. Their solo laner has also been our mid. Yeah. Yeah, and so then the soul kills the Cabrakan. What is this lob? So I'm already questioning the sanctity of this lobby. Right? So for reference, let's keep this in mind. For reference here, since I believe that basically everybody in this game was a somewhat new player. Now I know that a couple of people were like rank 9 on God, but I'm assuming that this is like the one God that they played so far. Is that I'm a player who has 3,000 hours between Smite 1 and Smite 2. I'm approximating. Okay? And I've almost got 1,000 hours in Smite 2 at this point. I should not be in a new lobby at a level 100 account with 1,000 hours into the game with, I counted 24 rank 10 gods. I should ever be playing in a lobby like this. There's no reason for it. Absolutely no reason for it. Okay. If these guys are indeed new players. I don't know if somebody was throwing, somebody was like having their friend play on their account. But this is horrendous matchmaking if this is the case, right? So the other thing I want to say, right, is that the Hikari, right, doesn't know what she's doing. She's in mid, right? And the mid didn't come to one of my camps, right? In a situation like this where somebody's doing something weird and just doesn't know what they're doing, you have to stick to your own game, right? You have to stick to what you know, and what you know is the best, right? And so I knew that, okay, I knew what start I wanted to do, and even though I didn't get any help, right, it wasn't, thankfully Nemesis, right, is an actual jungler, so the clear isn't that bad, so not having help with clearing the camps early on from the mid isn't a disaster, right? So I got all my camps, I did my start, I even got to oracles because the enemy team didn't contest those, and so I now get a kill here, right, and the snowball can start, right? So I'm already like thinking that these guys aren't like these are a lot of new players, so I'm already looking for invades and stuff because I want to get ahead here, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to carry this game because my teammates are going to be awful, right? And so our Hikari doesn't have their text chat open for whatever reason, or their voice chat, or really anything at all in this game, which is a little weird.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so right here the hurt gets onto me, right? But the key part here, right, is... Okay, so I'm just clearing this, right? So I see him... I probably should have seen him out of the corner of my vision here. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I was trying to bait him into something. I don't know. But either way, he uses his ability, hits me, right? But I shield correctly here, right? Is that I'm assuming he's going to dash me, right? And I want to eat that damage if he does. Keep in mind, I'm also level 5 already, and he's level 3 because he hasn't farmed at all because he's been sitting in mid, right? And I also know that their mid is probably in mid, and their 2 people are over here. I don't know where their jungler is, but I want to take this fight, right? I'm 2 levels up on this guy, I can kill him. And so I ult him and I kill him, right? This is why you can't run at somebody when you're 2 levels down for the most part, okay? Especially to somebody who knows what they're doing. So I'm gonna get these for free, right? I'm level 5, so I'm the highest level in the lobby. I'm already almost 2. I'm a level up on everybody already, and on most of my team, I'm already 2 levels up. And we're only 3 minutes into the game, so that's pretty crazy. And so now there is an argument to be made that I should just farm solo and try to push down this tower, but I know that if I just play the solo lane and don't help out my team, we're never going to win this game. Just based on the vibes I'm already getting. So I just decided to take the wave just for some extra XP, make sure that I can get my item. I don't want the tower to instantly get pushed down, but ultimately I'm not going to care too much about it, seeing as both solo laners have no clue what they're doing in this game. It's like a lobby with just like completely new players. Like, yeah. Why am I in this lobby? I'm very confused.
One strike is on. An enemy has been slain.
With the Hikari actually gotta kill this guy? I don't actually remember that happening. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy.
Your middle tower is under attack. Style, my style.
So I see this here, right? And so I see 3 of them, right? And they're engaging onto my Bracken, right? My Neath is also a little bit away from the Bracken. So I'm thinking here, I want to wait and slow play this because I want to see what happens. Because if my Bracken instantly dies, I don't want to be here, right? I don't want to go into a bad fight. But the Neath ends up engaging, and the Bracken doesn't instantly die. And I see the Fenrir leap in, right? So the Neath backflips out. The Bracken does die, but at this point I decide it's worth going in. I do have a 3-level advantage, and I have my ult up. Okay, so And I know the Fenrir's Leap is down. They've thrown out some abilities. The Soul Ult is down, right? I feel that I can do this, right? So now the next key part here is that when you play Nemesis, you do a percentage health reduction on somebody and you steal protections off of the player you ult. So most of the time it is beneficial to ult the tank, which in this case is the Khepri, to get the protections and the extra damage onto the tank. And then you can take the protections that you now have and make it easier to kill the rest of the team.
Tower is under attack.
So I ult, I auto, I shield, I auto, and then making sure that I don't hit the Khepri, because I don't want to kill the Khepri, right? Just go on the Soul, I kill the Soul, the Neith helps me out, and we get a 3-for-1 trade. Okay? So, there you go, right? And so now all of a sudden I'm 5-0 in this game. I am already a beast. I already have 3 rage stacks, and we are now already on our way to running this lava. Okay? There's no reason why I shouldn't have died there in the middle of 3 players. But, the Neith did a good job too in getting the CC out as well and helping me out with the damage, but there's no reason why me in the middle of those 3 players should ever live in that situation. I know I had a lead. I was up some levels at that point, but still, it wasn't enough to warrant the absolute demolishing that they got. So now the Morgan is just walking through the jungle, and she's gonna die. I just don't know. Yeah, so there was something about my mic. Yeah, I'd adjusted some audio settings because people were saying I was quiet, and then people started saying I was too loud. So I don't know what's going on. Because some people have their voice chat volume at like the default, which is like 70, and then some people have the voice chat turned up to 100, and it's just really weird. I don't know. It's just I feel like the audio settings are like too sensitive to where it makes too big of a difference what audio settings you have. But anyway, regardless of that, here our towers are gonna go down and right, which there's nothing I can do about. I do want to keep picking up these fire cubes. It's a lot of gold, it's a lot of XP, and the extra stones, right, are always nice for some extra strength and intelligence. So we want to keep picking those up. I'm already up to 4 rage stacks, so that's going to help me quite a bit when jumping on these players who are low. So now the Hercules has backed out of this lane, and it's just the Fenrir, and I'm 3 levels up on the Fenrir at this point right now. So I decide, time to go in. So I missed my 2. I used it a little bit early, but you can see the crit is just eating him down here. And the other thing to bring up here, right, is with the Nem Reflect, right, is there's usually one ability that you want to reflect. And in this case, it's the Brutalized, or Fenrir's 3, that I want to take the damage from, right? So I actually had 3 early because I want to get the auto attack canceled, but he's too far down for it to really make a difference. So I kill him. He's completely out of position there. Like, completely out of position. He's pushed up way too much. I'm assuming they don't have any word coverage, so yeah, so here's me changing my audio settings. So fast forward and I get on a base. So I'm at 7 kills, 7 minutes. I'm already level 10 at 8 minutes, which is, you know, 2 to 3 levels up on everybody else in their team. Right, so I decide, you know what, I still gotta get farm, right? I can't neglect farm. That's still important. Even though my team backed. Going into this fight, though, I'm thinking I can probably kill both these guys, right? I've got enough of a lead, right? The Herc Aegis's, but it doesn't really do anything. Then the Khepri runs at me. I'm not scared of this guy, right? I'm 4 levels up on this guy, and I'm just chunking him down. So I ult the Khepri, I go on the Soul. That's a good ult right there for the Khepri. And so I get out. Or do I not? No, I might actually die here. Yeah, I do actually die here, yeah. So I don't think I saw the... Let's back up here. Yeah, because right here's the Soul, right here's the Hercules. I don't see the Khepri here. Okay, I don't think I fully recognized that the Khepri was there. I don't think I knew he was there, actually, when I went in on that Hercules. So at this point, the Hercules is dead, right? Like, I'm still taking a 2v1 here, and I've got a huge lead, so I don't actually feel too bad about taking this. It's not until the... Who shows up here? Wait, who is this other player? Hang on a second. Who showed up right here? Oh, the Fenrir showed up. Okay. Yeah, once the Fenrir showed up, then I'm taking a bad fight.
There's no running from me.
Now the Cabrakan and the Neath do get over here. And the Neath ends up getting a kill, so it ends up not being too bad of a trade here. Of course, me dying with the lead right gave whoever killed me some extra XP levels, because that was definitely a shutdown, which isn't great, but that's a couple of ults down right there. So I think right here is where I ask if...
Carry me, team.
Oh, actually I made the party with the Akane, because... Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's so bad. No, thankfully, no, me. It's so... Okay, so at least... yeah, right, so I find out the Cabrakan and the Neath are a duo, so... So that's good to know.
One strike is all I
And I also know that at least this way they're in text chat, right? So if there's something going on, that I need to...
Should I go solo lane?
And then the Cabrakan, right, is in comms, so...
Yeah, this point probably not. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so at this point, we're 10 minutes in the game. There's no point for the Cabrakan to go and play solo because we're missing a tower over here. And so he's going to be much more valuable keeping our carry alive when their support is still over here and rotating and playing on this side of the map than he is being over here just solo farming at this point. And he's also super far behind too. So, I mean, I guess maybe that would be a reason for him to go to solo, but with the tower being gone, it's very hard for him to be over there, right? So the Hercules just, like, pushed up too far. I got 3 levels on him, and I just saw him use his dash, so we're gonna go on this. So 2 auto, 1 auto, 3 auto, and then I just auto him down, and he's dead. Okay? So that's how you combo somebody. Right, I already have the crit, and I have the high attack speed from the Tekos. I also have the movement speed from the Tekos in order to chase. I didn't even have to alter use my 1, right? It was a complete shellacking, right?
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
So you lose gold here, right? I mean, the key thing that I'm looking at, right, is the gold difference becoming insurmountable? And the answer is no, right? We lose gold, which isn't great, but right now, it's just super difficult right now. People are dying in mid over and over again. You know, our support's behind, which isn't great, but that's not at least a disaster. The Fenrir overcommits and tries to dive the tower. I don't know why.
Under the tower.
The Gepri, though, does manage to get him, which is pretty interesting.
Your middle tower is under
They're back. I see the soul here. Now this is 100% a risky play, right? There are 4 of them here, but the tower is hitting them here, and I also see that my Cabrakan and Neath are going to be showing up over here, so I decided to go for it. So I 2 auto, 1 auto, 3 auto, which doesn't kill him, but again, the thing here, right, is they were going for the tower. They don't all instantly turn on me and instantly kill me, right? This is pretty crazy, right? So I 2, I auto them, right? I 3, and I auto again. Right, so that's the main crux of any combo on Nemesis, right? You 2, you auto, you 3, you auto, okay? Unless you know that there's some ability you need to reflect, or you know that you're gonna be able to stay on top of them, right? I expect the soul to disapparate away. But right, like, I've just comboed them. The Kepri has turned around to peel me, but these guys have finished taking the tower, right? Which is probably a fine choice, but like, the Morgan dies here, I think, which is pretty bad. The Hercules, did the Hercules just miss his whole ult? Did the Hercules just miss his whole ult? Yeah, he just threw the ult over my head. He completely missed. Okay, he completely missed. So I know that the Morgan's behind me, right? But I know I got teammates behind me, right? I want to chase these guys. I'm gonna hope that my teammates finish off that kill.
An enemy has been slain.
I guess I don't know what the died to. I almost get a pick on the Hercules. So right here, I'm low, but I have my 3 up. right? So I know that if she comes out of her 3, I'm gonna shield and I'm gonna reflect a ton of 2 damage, and my team's gonna be able to collapse on her, right? So I want to stick with her here as much as possible.
Balance is over.
But she does it too, and so we get a combo here. It does lead to me dying to the Fenrir, which, you know, that's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world here. My team should kill this guy, which is good. Yeah, so I asked if these guys are new players because, you know, I'm just sensing that. Right, like, I mean, listen, I'm having a fun time, but I don't want to be carrying a game like this, right? Like,
Nowhere to hide.
right, I'm not getting a whole lot out of playing this game, right? Like, yeah, it's enjoyable to be racking up the kill count, but I'm not really getting any better by playing this game, right? It's, you know, taking a 2v1 is something that I should not normally be doing, right? And so if I get both of those kills, it's like, great. If I die, it's like, yeah, I should have taken the 2v1, but, you know, I might as well go for it if I'm that far ahead, right? So it's like, I see my team fighting, right? But I don't want to be pathing up all of my farm here, right? And the speed buff helps keep me alive in these fights.
The gift always falls.
So I ult.
My domain.
So here, that's pause that here, right? Because I literally just ran straight at their soul, and the Hercules did nothing right there. Let's keep that in mind, right? So I dash straight into 2 players here. Okay, I dash straight into 2 of them. So my mobility is completely gone, right? And I ult the soul. Okay, I ult the soul. I 2, I auto, I 3, and I auto when I get the kill. Okay, because I got my Hardress procs. This Hercules did not 2 me to try to knock me up, did not 1 me to try to stun me. It didn't do anything. Literally watch the soul die right next to him, right? Like, I don't, like this is crazy. This is, I just have to break this down, right? I have to break this down because you should hear that my mobility is down. You should hear that my mobility is down. So, right, the soul, right, is thinking, okay, this Herc is going to turn around and is going to help me kill this Nemesis, right? So I should engage into this, right? If you're the Herc, right, then let's say all of your abilities are down, right? You should still turn around and engage me here, right? Because I can only kill 1 target at a time. You can absorb autos and try to absorb some damage, but when your abilities do come back up, I should be an easy kill regardless of what the soul does here, right? You know, as long as the soul puts out some amount of damage, you are in a good position to kill me here, right? So, watching me just unleash a combo on the soul. Oh wait, did he get? No, you can't get CC'd by the Cabrakan, right? You don't get trembled by that, right? I mean, I know that you see. I mean, he must have saw the Cabrakan. Maybe he saw the but if you see your carry commit to that, I mean, the soul is their carry, right? And if you're the support and you see the carry commit onto me like that, you need to commit too. Because now you both die, right? So that's just a super bad play, right? And keep in mind here, I'm still full health. I'm still full health. Listen, I know I have a lead, right? But, you know, I completely full comboed the soul, right? They didn't get enough damage off. And the Hercules basically stood there and did nothing and took all the damage, right? So now I've got a Kepri and a Fender in my face, who I'm both 4 levels up on. Right, so I just start autoing him, then I 2 him, and I hit him with another auto. I don't have my beads up, right, but my reflect comes back up, right? Now the Fender has no way of really knowing that my reflect is about to come up here, and then he should drop me soon, right? He's trying to drag me out of the fight away from his teammate, or away from his teammates and my teammates back here, but unfortunately I get my reflect up. So he autos me there for a decent bit, but then I get that up and he sunders me. Wow, he sundered me? And so he takes half of his health already out of reflect, and then it's just an auto to kill him. And so The Khepri has his ult on himself, so I just, you know, hit him with some damage, see if my teammates can maybe finish him off. But now, here's the key thing, right? 3 of them are dead. I know that the Khepri just ran back to base. The Morgan is hanging out here in mid, and I know the Morgan's a bad player and has absolutely no awareness. So even though I'm low health here, I know that I should just go ahead and invade this, right, to keep the snowball going, so that way I can keep my lead. And the Gold Fury isn't up either, so I'm just going to steal her jungle here. So I have 13 kills. That's how many kills the other team has. We're at 13 minutes. I'm level 15. I am 4 to 5 levels up on every single member of their team up here. This is an instant surrender. If you don't surrender this, I don't know what you're doing. You're just wasting your team's time at this point. I know that the gold is even because my support and mid are behind. You know, our mid's drastically far behind, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know why you don't surrender this when you see somebody running the lobby like this. But you know, if you want to get your ass stomped, then what am I to do to stop it, right? So I'm in farm mode, right? I don't know where their team is, right? My team isn't taking any fights right now. Yeah, it looks like dual lane is being pushed, but right. Play your own game.
Your left tower is under attack.
I mean, in terms of the build here, so right here, right, I stop my back because I don't want them to see me. I want to get a flank here. Yeah, I mean, do I want to talk about the build? Maybe I'll talk about the build if there's some downtime, but it's... So, right, the Herc uses his knock-up right there. I'm just gonna loop around. I wanted to ult the Khepri, but I wasn't in range. So I decided to ult them, get the free kill onto that guy. Then I go for the... So, right, the Soul gets ulted, so I don't want to do damage. And so I kill the Khepri, and then I go in and...
Incredible job.
I get a triple kill, right? So this is, I want to say this is just straight up bad peel, probably bad awareness, right? So first of all, you have 3 people in this left lane here. This area should be warded. I should be walking over a ward right now, and you should know that I'm here. Okay, that's the first thing, right? So I see the Hercules use the knock up and use this combo, right? So I know that the Hercules is a free kill right now. He's absolutely free. Okay. Now he ults as well, so even more free. So now, what should the Soul and the Khepri do in this situation, right? They did just kill the Neath, right? So I combo this guy, right? But they stay engaged in the Cabrakan, right? And this is where I actually don't know how much they really could have done in this situation. I think that committing to the kill in the Cabrakan actually probably isn't a bad play here, because I doubt if they turn around, they kill me. Right? Now, do I kill them then? Right, it's hard to say. But they're not saving this guy, right? So, I mean, they just like didn't do any damage to the Cabrakan, right? And so then I'm able to get... I mean, you saw like how much damage that auto did onto the Soul. I mean, look at the health bar. Look at the health bar. I did half of her health in that auto. Right? I mean, yes, I'm 3 levels up, but goddamn, that is half of their health bar. Okay. Good job by the Khepri on ulting the Soul. Right? That gets the Cabrakan dead. Right? Now, the Soul does the correct thing and tries to disaparate away here, right? They just need to get away. Fortunately, the Khepri, right, he's 5 levels down, so I can just chunk this guy down. Doesn't matter how much defense he has, he's just dead. And I will always catch up to the Soul. Not only do I have techos, but my movement ability is about to be up, so they're dead. Right, again, if you don't see somebody come into your lane and just get a triple kill and take no damage and you don't surrender off of that, I don't know what will. I mean, like, if I was in this game, I probably would have left by now. I'm being completely honest. I would have been raged. I know the gold is even, but I would be so mad. I'd be so mad. So I call an objective here, right? They're dueling. Well, 3 of their team was dead, so I'm also aware that I'm gonna have to be the one calling and going to objectives because my team doesn't know where to go or what to prioritize correctly.
There's no running from me.
Why am I so good at the game?
Yeah, I mean the Morgan just dying in mid on cooldown. All right, so I farm here a little bit.
My domain.
Let's back this up here, right? So, you know, I'm up enough at this point, right? Like, yes, I do have camps I could be going for, but at this point, I know that I can run at anybody on their team and kill them, right? So the best way for me to make sure that my team wins this game is to repeatedly run at them, get kills, and that just opens up the map for my team to push lanes and just not be able to be jumped on by multiple players. So, right, and it's also, right, like, we're not warding, right? We're not, like I don't trust my teammates to where if they get into a bad situation, they're going to be able to get themselves out of it, right? So the best way to avoid that is just so that the other team isn't on the map, right? So, so now I hear the soul over here. I hear her clearing this, which is unfortunate for her. And so she probably has no abilities up when I jump on her like this. So E2, I do kind of mess up the combo here. Oh, she gets away. Oh yeah, I didn't get the kill. Yeah, so I messed up the combo there, right? She was a little bit too far away for me to hit her with an auto right after my 2, which is unfortunate. That would have been a nice kill to get, but you know, I'm smart enough not to fall for that Morgan decoy, so sorry, Morgan. That's not happening. Right, but I'm just invading camps, right? I want to make sure they have as little farm as possible so they don't have a way to get back into this game. And more specifically, catch up to me, right? And this, and also stealing their farm rate prevents them from getting ahead of my teammates as well. So, you know, do I kill this Herc? No, I think he gets away. Yeah, because the Kepri shows up. So, right, so I ult the Kepri here, right? I see the soul, and I realize that the soul is the more valuable player, and I can also kill the soul faster than I can kill the Kepri. So, I auto, and I auto again. Now the Kepri ults, and I do trigger the ult there, which is unfortunate. That's not what I wanted to do. I do beats my way out, though. So I did drop a few kills there, but it happens, right?
Alright, Kepri ult down.
That's not the end of the world. Does the soul stay? Did they not back?
Your left
This
tower
not.
is under attack.
What is my Neath doing over here?
Oh, it's all good. I, just playing some games.
One strike is all I need.
Yeah, like
Also,
the Neath being over here with these
completely
people
insane.
is
I think I'm in a lobby with like completely new players. Like, it's honestly kind of atrocious what I'm witnessing.
So I'm trying to kill the Fenrir here so that my teammate doesn't die, so I get the kill there. Right, I catch up to the Kepri. Great Neath ult, by the way. Shout out to the Neath, that was a good Neath ult to make sure I get that kill.
Put me on a team.
But like, the soul is completely oblivious, right? Like, you see and get the audio cue and the visual cue that your Kepri just died, and he was right next to you. I mean, and then I hear the Herc, right? So I turn around and try to kill the Herc. So I eat a bunch of damage, right? I'm just so far ahead. The Neath comes in, helps me out. Easy double kill. They're all dead. Now, this is where I lost all hope for my Hecate. She is hitting the Fire Giant alone right now. Right? Like what? What are we doing?
Judgment is my domain.
Right? Like, yeah. I mean, you gotta be a hugely new player. I mean, that's crazy. Not to mention she's level 12, so
Your team has destroyed the
a couple of levels down in our support at this point, right? Our Kabrakan is level 14, so it's like that's crazy. I mean, at least their jungle and carry have at least some amount of levels here, but I mean, I gotta be an item up, right? At least as well here, so. The lead is massive.
destroyed a right enemy tower.
So I'm just farming, right? I'm gonna go for some invades.
Attack The Gold Fury.
I'm calling out for Gold Fury. I don't know where they are, but you know, if they're not going to be here, right? So now what I do is I place down a ward here. So that way if they walk through, my teammates are going to come. My teammates are on it. They don't need me there right now. Right now, my biggest concern is that... okay. Since I fast forwarded, they just got the other team just got the Fire Giant, right? Which I was already surprised that they like had the wherewithal to actually go for that. So I'm assuming that they're going to try to run to FG here. And so I'm going to stand right here because I know that whoever walks by I can instantly kill. So I wait here. I'm thinking, like, is the Morgan going to run over? They probably don't have this warded, right? They probably have no clue that we're on it. So I just walk around the corner. I auto, 2. She stuns me, but doesn't matter. She can't get away. And I kill. She did actually do some decent damage in return. But that was a super easy kill. So now I see the Hercules, right? So now I passed over here. I want to wait for him to... I want to make sure he doesn't see me for as long as possible. So I play it up over here. Right? And so then... You're thinking, right, like, this is a crazy fight to go in, right, at half health. But I'm 8 levels up. I want to repeat that. I'm 8 levels up on this guy. I'm 8 levels up on this guy. I don't think I've ever been 8 levels up on somebody in this game in my life. So he chooses me, right, but it doesn't knock me out because I'm close enough. So I ult him, right? I auto. So, right, I ulted and autoed him, and look how much health he has. He's already down to half health, and this fight is basically even at this point. I 3. He ults me, but it's too late, and I kill him. So I killed 2 people right there. We got the Fire Giant for free, which is pretty big. So now, right, the game went from even to now we're up by 4,000 gold, right? So now we have double the kills, right? But now we're able to... Now my teammates also have a lead, right? So this is going to help to make sure that... we can win this game, right? Because if it's just me, right, it's going to be a little of an issue, but if my teammates can start to get a little bit of a lead as well, that's going to be the big thing.
There's no running from me.
So you see the Fender over here. I decided to go chase him. Yeah, he ends up dying, I think, to the Neath over here. So I see these 2 people pushing up in mid, right? And so the Kepri decides to go walk in the jungle, but that's a free opening for me. 7 levels up to get an instant kill on the Morgan. So they're dead. I mean, I don't blame the Kepri for walking away there, but... So... Right, so then I see the Soul there, so I decide to go on the Soul. She pops the dagger too early, which is going to end up getting her killed. We triggered the ult, right? I was kind of trying to follow the Soul around, but...
Judgment is my domain.
So I 3 there for the movement speed, by the way, from the Techos, so I could catch up to this guy and get here. So keep that in mind. I didn't figure that was intentional. So I'm calling out for an objective here, right? Let's go get a Pyromancer, and then we can push mid. Their whole team is dead. So, what happened here? Oh yeah, so the Fender. So I see the Fender leap here, right? Like this is ludicrous, right? So, right, we're getting attacked middle lane, which is fine. My Agni is just dashed here, right? Which is also ludicrous, right? You should not be dashing when there's a Fenrir that's about to run at you, right? I know that you have teammates here that are on the Pyromancer, but like, dashing is a death sentence here, okay? Not to mention, you're basically even in level, so you can kill it, okay? But if you're the Fenrir, right, and you hear Pyromancer killed, right? You have to assume that at least 1 or 2 of us are on this Pyromancer and are going to come kill you, okay? Because you have no teammates up that are in the vicinity to help you out here if this goes poorly. And we just got an objective. So I see him leap here. So he's dead. So the Agni dies, unfortunately, because he dashed in, right? So he died, right? So I 2. I hit him with the auto. I 3. I reflect a bunch of damage onto him and hit him with the other auto, and he's dead. So, yeah. Oops. Then I think, yeah, so we must spot, yeah, so then the Kepri just walking up lane. I hear my dudes. He walks up too far. And so, we just have him surrounded. And, oh, does he get away? That's unfortunate. But yeah, the Morgan ends up in here somehow and just basically takes collateral damage and then he dies. Oh no, doesn't? Do we got a kill here? No, we don't get another kill here. So the soul doesn't kill me, which is pretty bad here. Oh, no way. No way. What? Okay, so I'm surprised the Morgan doesn't die here. Or is that the Fenrir? Oh, maybe the Fenrir became the Morgan here. I think she maybe tried to eat me. I don't know how she didn't. How the Morgan didn't eat me right there. That's kind of crazy. But I'm just standing right here. So the soul ult. See, this is where if you're the soul, this is where you two, right? Because I'm not gonna be able to react to the two. And so I get knocked up. I'm surprised I don't take that much damage, to be honest. Like, I didn't have my shield up. Yeah, I'm surprised. But again, right, if you two right there, I take a lot more damage. There's a good chance I'm dead instantly. So that's just kind of a mismanagement on abilities there, I think. Right? But then I shield. And my reflect does a ton of damage to her. And I live. Look at how much. I mean, to be fair, the Neath was hitting her as well, but that's nasty. That's nasty right there. So I'm low. I'm just gonna go farm. Keep the snowball going. I don't really think we have a decent siege onto this right now because our Bracken died. So right here, let's take a look. Right, we have our Arcade with 9,000 gold. 9,000 gold, okay? Also, Ancient Signet right now in the meta is a garbage item, so that should not be being built. Doom Orb isn't good either. By the way, we should have Pen in this slot. The Cabrakan build is actually, like, pretty reasonable. I don't like Thieves as an item, but, you know, Mystical Mail's alright. The Hard CC Hammer's decent. The breastplate is a little bit weird. I don't know if Cabrakan has a healing ability, and you're playing Aspect. I don't know about that one, but it's not awful. The Neath build, yeah, also leaves something to be desired, but again, it's not awful. When we look down here, I mean, you see that I'm like 6,000 gold up, 6 to 3,000 gold up on these guys, so I've got 5 full items. You know, the Fenrir's going tank, so he's not outputting a lot of damage, right? So most of these people are like, you got 3 items down here, like, yikes. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So I was in the base here. I decided to go Reaper last item because if I'm getting kills and assists constantly, right, I want to be able to heal low so I can sustain through the fight. So I don't remember what happens here. Oh yeah, right, the Cabrakan kind of overcommits, right? We're late enough in the game to where I can't walk into a 4v1 and expect to live or get a kill, so there's that. Also, not to mention, when you're ahead this much, right? You're shut down, right? Like every time somebody kills you, they get a shutdown, so they get extra gold and XP off of that, right? So you do want to keep that in mind, to where dying is kind of extra harmful at this point, because not only does it stop your snowball, but it starts to snowball in their favor, and one of their players can all of a sudden just be gifted a bunch of gold and XP, and all of a sudden time to go back to the game, I get a kill on you. So unless there's like a team fight or something going on, right, you really shouldn't be dying. And trying to avoid the deaths. So I see them pushing up mid, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta get back over here. And so I see the soul's out of position right here. Right, you cannot be doing this as an ADC, right? Like, I don't care if your support isn't here right now, but you're playing the tower line here with no ward coverage, I'm assuming. I mean, yeah, I don't know why you're standing here. I really don't know why you're standing here. This is how you get killed, right? And so I auto, and look at that. They're one auto away from death. You can see that they kept redashing. So the Kepri was here. You cannot be doing this as an ADC. This is horrendous positioning, okay? You should never be in front of your front line, especially when you're playing the tower line like that. That is so bad, right? And so because you know also ran to the right instead of back, the Kepri can't peel me, right? And so I reflect, right? And so now I get, you know, thrown into the fight, obviously, which isn't good. But the soul's basically dead, right? And they're going to be out of the fight. They can't turn around, right? So now I get CC'd by the Hercules, right? So now I get pushed, right? You can see that the Fenrir is trying to do damage onto me, right? So this is where as the Hercules, right, you kind of need to recognize like, hey, should I actually use my CC in here? Because your knockup and your dash can put people into positions to where they can't take damage anymore, right? It's the same kind of thing with like Janus Portal, for example. If you Janus Portal at the wrong time, well, then they can't take any damage, and they can actually end up getting away as a result of that, right? So this actually pushes me away from their team, right? Which allows me to then ult this guy. I auto him, right? And I auto him for a bunch. So now he has the Aegis, right? So far we've gotten a Kepri ult, and the Soul's out of the fight, and I've eaten an Aegis off of the Hercules, and I've eaten a dash out of the Hercules, okay? So I dashed here for damage. I didn't think the Fenrir was gonna leap, but it ends up working out here. Because then I can dash back at him. And I auto. And we get the kill on this guy, right? And so I still got plenty of health here, right? So I can chase this guy. My teammates got some cleanup onto that, right? So I chunk him down for a couple of autos, and then I hit the Kepri with the slow, and I can just chunk him down. I check to see where my team is, but I decide to chase him. And so I think we go for fire here. So yeah, I did actually see this. So how much for some lessons? Well, Bracken, if you're watching this video, this is your lesson. It's free. So their team's dead, right? So you go for fire, right?
Your team has destroyed.
So one thing here, right, is that you want to be playing from the flank as a jungle, right? And I know they have like absolutely no ward coverage. I'm assuming they don't know how to ward, right? Or if they are warding, their team doesn't know how to pay attention to the ward things. So I see the Fenrir push up there. I also see the Herc over here. Right, I just see their team start to run up, right? And so then the Neath gives away our position by just completely missing ability, which is unfortunate. But I decided to target the Hercules here because he can cause the most disruption to my team. So he dies, which is unfortunate. I don't know why the Fenrir walks in here. He just walks by me to go ult the Neath for I don't know what reason. Should be ulting me for sure. I know I have my beads up, but like, you should be ulting me here. I should be the target. So, right, and so then I just weave out of the fight to avoid damage, right? And I want to go target this Hercules in the back. The fact that I can walk around 4 players and not take a single lick of damage or form of CC to go target this guy in the back line is ridiculous. This should never happen in a team fight. Okay, so I do finally get CC'd by the Kepri, right? But I can just auto him down, right? Hit him with this. The Hercules misses his dash. Oh gosh. Alright, so I just dash after him, right? And chunk him. Okay, and I think this might be close to the end of the game here, question mark. Yeah, because they only have 1 person left. Okay, so they finally figure out how to surrender, right? Now, they should have surrendered probably like 10 minutes ago when I had more kills than their whole team combined and was the same number of levels as there were minutes. But
GG's. I'm serious about the lessons.
So I just went 32, 2, and 9 in that game. so I'm telling my friend in the Discord call who I'm with, what just happened in this game. And so you can see 76,000 damage in a 25-minute game. That is 3,000 damage per minute, approximately. Which, if you keep in mind that the average squishy health bar at the end of the game is 2,300 health, I was killing somebody on average. Well, actually, yeah, I had 32 kills, so I was killing somebody on average more than once per minute. Okay, which is pretty ridiculous when you think about it, right? And so you can see that these guys had no wards placed. I mean, for 25 minutes, I mean, the Hakai damage is bad. The Neath damage is passable. Our Agni should have more damage as well, but they were kind of getting screwed over by the Akade as well. I'm not sure how the Hercules ended up with the lowest farm on the team. I guess he did die the most times, but I don't know what he was doing. But overall, these damage numbers are low, right? Especially for a carry or a mid or a jungle, you should be having probably at least 1,000 damage a minute at this point. So right here I ask, right, were you new players, right? Because I don't want to go roast somebody, right, if you're a new player, right? You know, I've got the beginner's guide on here, right, to try to help out new players. And it was pretty evident from this game that I don't think most people knew what they were doing. And so I don't want to lay into somebody just because. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they said they were all pretty new. But but I gotta call out Smite 2 as the game here, right? Again, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the game, I'm a player with 3,000 hours in Smite and 1,000 hours alone in Smite 2 with 24 rank 10 gods. Why am I playing with these guys in a game? Right? I know it's casuals, but there needs to be some skill-based matchmaking for this that's better than this because there's no reason I should not be able to run into a team like this, right? Like, there's no way. Like my team was, you know, like Kabrak and I think my Neath were, you know, kind of having some fun, hooting and hollering, right? But the other team could not have found this enjoyable. Just repeatedly getting run at and just getting obliterated, and they probably didn't really understand why either. Which is a serious issue, right? So I mean, hopefully, like, you know, hey, if you're, you know, somebody that was in this game and you're watching this video, right? You know, leave a comment, like, you know, how many hours into the game, you know, do you have? Like, how many games have you played? Um, you know, was this game fun for you? Did you actually learn something useful from this game while you were in it before you watched this video? Because, like, I would have been super mad being in this game, right? Like, right, I would have been blaming my teammates, saying you suck, right? Like, super, super annoyed. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's like I don't get a whole lot out of this game either. Besides, like, you know, yeah, there was a couple of plays in the early game where I, you know, took a 2v1, right? But as you saw later on in the game, you know, those 2v1s were completely winnable, right? So, um, but I had to make a video about this, right? You know, it's not every day that I get 32 kills in a game and completely run down the lobby like this, but, you know, we got to reflect on the game here and be like, the matchmaking needs to be better. Like, I should not be matching up with these players. It should not be happening. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. Feel free to leave a comment if you have a question or, I don't know, you got something you want to say. But until the next video, I'll see you in the next one.